Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the 2022 BMW X3. This one is the X-Drive and this one has the premium package. So let me go ahead and show you all the features this one has. Under the hood, there's going to be a 2.0 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that is connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This engine produces 248 horses and 258 pound-feet of torque. And the fuel economy numbers on this engine, 21 in the city, 28 highway, and 24 combined. Here is a MSRP sticker of this 2022 BMW X3. I know it's going to be a little bit hard to see, but here are the packages this one has. And the price on this one is almost $51,000 with destination. If you guys are curious about the color is called Dark Graphite Metallic and it does look pretty good on this X3. And as I said, this one does only have the premium package, and actually it does have one more thing. It is an option you could add to this X3, which is the remote start. It is a $300 option, and this dark graphite color is a $550 option. Coming to the front, it does have a very basic look, nothing too crazy, nothing too aggressive. This is not an M or the M4D version of the X3, so it doesn't really look that aggressive. The kidney rails are a little bit on the smaller side. They're finished in brushed aluminum, BMW logo of course in the middle. And for the headlights, everything right here in the front is going to be LED, which is expected from almost a $51,000 SUV. And for the turn signal indicators, they're going to be located on the outer side of the headlights. And overall, I think the design looks good. Again, nothing too aggressive right here in the front. And they're going to be a side vent on both sides, and it does have a front-facing camera. This is going to be finished in flat black. All the way in the bottom, this is finished in brushed aluminum. So I'm glad that BMW added brushed aluminum in the bottom. I think it does give it a nicer look. And they're going to be a bottom grille. And again, overall, I think the design looks good. Nothing too crazy. But let's go ahead and move to the side, and I'll show you the side view of this X3. Here is the side view of this BMW, and the side view looks pretty good. In the bottom, there's going to be a brushed aluminum trim. It does look good, but there is a fake vent. I'm not a big fan of it. I really wish it was functional. And for the rims, the design looks right. Those are the base rims. The size is 245, 50, 19. There is 4 rims you could choose from. You could choose this rim and 3 other rims, and I would personally get something else. On the mirror, there is a blind spot monitoring system and a turn signal indicator, and around the windows, the window trims are finished in brushed aluminum. They're not finished in chrome. And this X3 does have a panoramic sunroof, and there are going to be some brushed aluminum roof rails. And overall, I think the side view looks good. There are going to be some sharp lines by the door handles. There is another sharp line in the back by the tail light. But let's go ahead and move to the back, and I'll show you the back view of this X3. Here is a back of this X3, and honestly, I prefer the back over the front. I think the back looks more aggressive than the front. There is a spoiler in the back. Third brake light is LED. Here is the back wiper. I really wish it was hidden right underneath the spoiler. Would have gave the back of this X3 a cleaner look. BMW badge, of course, in the middle. X-Drive with the 30i all the way to the right, and the X3 badge on the left. And the backup camera is located right here. And for the tail lights, everything right here is LED. So the turn signal indicators, the reverse, and the running light, they're all LED, which is expected from a luxury brand. And dropping down, they're going to be the reflectors. And this X3 does have rear parking sensors. And I love the fact that BMW used flat black, then brushed aluminum, just like what they did in the front. And for the exhaust tips are connected to the exhaust pipe, so there is no fake exhaust tips, and they're finished in chrome. Here is the key. It does look good. It has a really nice solid light weight to it. It does have some brushed aluminum in the front and back, and it does have 4 buttons on it: unlock, lock, tailgate release, and a panic button. And it does have a physical key inside of it. To remote start this X3, click on the button 3 times. And to open the tailgate, there are going to be 3 different ways: one on the key, one on the tailgate, and one inside. It does have power lift gate, and the lift gate opens nice and quick. There are going to be 2 buttons up there, one to close the lift gate and the other one is to close the lift gate and lock the SUV. And inside there is a very good amount of space. From the outside this X3 does look small, but from the inside the trunk space is nice and big, and the opening is very, very good. So I really like the fact that the opening is very big, so getting things in and out is super easy. All the way to the left there's going to be a storage place, an LED light on the left, another LED light on the right, and there is the 12 volt right here, and it does have a privacy cover, which is nice. And of course you could drop the seats down, and underneath there's going to be a good amount of storage place. I'm actually very surprised with the storage place. There is plenty of storage in the bottom, and it does have some rails on the sides. Here is the door handle. It does have a sensor right behind it, and it does have a sensor right here. Those 3 lines is to lock the SUV. Here is the front door panel, and the front door panel looks good. And this top portion right here is finished in black. It is that synthetic rubber material. It does have the dark oak wood, and it is a free trim. There are 4 trims you could choose from. It does have some brushed aluminum right underneath it, and I love the fact that it says X right here. Door handle feels very light. Door locks, memory seats, and it does have the cognac interior, so basically this orange / peanut butter color. The armrest is a little bit on the harder side. Window switches, mirror controls, everything looks good. They're finished all in brushed aluminum. Here is the tailgate release, and it does have a tweeter right here. Very good amount of storage place. BMW does a great job with their storage place on their doors. This is plastic, which is completely fine. And here is the front seat. The seats are nice and comfortable, and the driver and the passenger seats have thigh extension. And here are the seat controls. Of course they're powered. It does have lumbar support. But let's go ahead and move inside this X3 and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. Alright, so here is the interior of this 2022 BMW X3. I love the way how the interior looks like, and this massive screen looks very good. I'm not exactly sure if this is a 10.25 inch screen or a 12.3. The gauges are a 12.3 inch screen, so probably this is a 12.3 if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it kind of feels like it's a little bit bigger than a 10.25 inch screen. But anyways, interior looks good. Steering wheel has a really nice look to it. It is nice and thick, and that's how BMW does it. It is wrapped in leather, of course, and paddle shifters feel nice and solid. The middle section is a little bit on the bigger side, but that's completely fine. This is the base X3. It's not the M40 or the M version of it. All the way to the left is going to be the cruise controls, and on the right is the volume controls, voice command, phone controls. And it does have heated steering wheel with the premium package, and the steering wheel does have some brushed aluminum right here. And overall the steering wheel design looks alright, nothing too sporty or crazy. And on the left, that's where the turn signal controls and the high and low beam are. And on the right there is the wiper controls for the front and back. Gauges look good. As I said, it is a 12.3 inch screen, and when you change the modes, they do slightly change. And very high resolution screen. And all the way to the left, that's where the headlight controls with the brightness controls are. And it does have a storage place right here. A lot of companies are going away from this storage place on the left, so I'm glad that BMW is still doing that. And as I said, I think this screen is a 12.3. Correct me if I'm wrong. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the system overall is nice and responsive. So you could actually touch it, or you could use the wheel to go up and down. Click on it, that will take you to that specific menu, and you could click the back button, or you could just move it to the left. That will take you to the previous menu. And here is the backup camera, very high resolution backup camera. And here are the sensors, so if you get close to something, it will start beeping and it will start displaying orange and red lines. And here is the emergency light button. This is to open the, let's go ahead and go back home. This will open the safety features. Basically, you could turn on, turn off the blind spot monitoring system in this X3. And there is this display in the middle that will display the fan, the temperature when you raise them up or down, and the passenger and driver, they have their own individual fan speed, and they have their own individual climate basically. And there is heated seats in this X3. This is with the premium package, and overall the climate controls are very, very easy to use. There's a good amount of brushed aluminum. This wood looks good, and overall the design looks good. In the bottom, that's where the radio controls are. The presets does have a volume knob, but there is no tune knob. I really wish that there was a tune knob. And by the way, I completely forgot, but with the premium package, you do get the gesture control and you do get the heads-up display. And it does say X3 right there, which is nice. And there is this cover you could close. It is actually very hard, which is good, so you could put things on it. And there's a storage place, one USB, 2 cup holders, a 12 volt, and here is the shifter that will control the 8-speed automatic transmission. Move it to the back for drive, move it to the front for reverse. It does have a P button on it for park, and it does have a plus and minus, or a manual mode. Basically move it to the left when it's in drive, and you can control your gears this way. And on the left, that's where the traction control button is. Parking sensors, the engine shut off. When we come to complete stop, the engine will turn off to save some gas. Engine start stop. And here are the mode selector buttons: hill descent, brake hold, e-brake, and that's how you control the screen if you don't want to touch it. So you could go to home, navigation, back, and you could rotate this wheel to the left and right. You could move it up, down, sideways. And I love the fact that BMW used brushed aluminum, flat black, and gloss black. And inside there is a very good amount of space. 1 USB, 1 light, actually 1 USB-C. And I'm not a big fan of the way how the middle console sloping down. I really wish it was higher, a little bit like this. That's straight like this. And if they made it a little bit higher, they could actually raise this up for more storage place. But the armrest itself, it's nice and soft. And rear view mirror does look good. It is nice and almost frameless, and it's a good size mirror. It does have some garage controls right underneath it. This button will turn on all the lights in this X3, and you could turn on the right light and the left right by themselves, SOS. And here is the switch or the control to open this panoramic sunroof that comes with the premium package. Let's go ahead and open it. Let's see if we could open it more. So that's the max it goes, and seriously, this panoramic sunroof does bring in a lot of light. And for the visor, it is plastic. It does have a very small mirror, and it does have a nice bright LED light. But BMW, I'm not sure why you put a very small mirror in this visor. I really wish it was bigger. Here is a backdoor panel, and the backdoor panel looks good. It does have the same design as the front. The top portion is finished in that synthetic rubber material, and it is black, and then the rest is that cognac color. Definitely looks very good. Here is the door handle. It does have the X badge right here. It is smaller than the front. It does have a tweeter right here and another speaker in the bottom. Window switch in the back. And by the way, all windows are automatic up and down. The armrest is a little bit on the harder side, just like the front. Bottom is plastic, which is fine, and a good amount of storage place. And inside there is a good amount of space. Headroom is definitely good. Legroom is actually not too bad, and the driver's seat is almost pushed all the way back. And with this panoramic sunroof, seriously makes this X3 nice and spacious. And there is an armrest here in the second row. The armrest is soft, but definitely seen way softer armrests in other cars. 2 cup holders in the back, and this X3 actually has tri-climate control, which is very good. 2 AC vents, and it does have 2 USB-Cs in the bottom, and that's how the front of this X3 looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2022 BMW X3. I would like to thank BMW in North Haven, Connecticut, and Brittany for providing me this X3. If you guys are interested and if you guys are around, make sure to come check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put their information and link in the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.